And what's going on? Happy Sunday, you guys. Another episode of the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. It is your man, the Guru, and alongside my man, K. Pete, in the absence of Quinn and E. Digger. Shout out to those guys. Happy Memorial Day to you guys. I hope you guys having a wonderful day so far. Who's barbecuing? Where's the grill at? I want to know. Well, but listen, before we get started, man, I want to run something real quick before we get started.
If I saw you in heaven, would it be the same? If I saw you in heaven, I must be strong. Carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven.
All right. I tell you, watching that is or was one of the hardest things. I'm sure Facebook will take that down. But as you guys know, as you can probably tell now, we're going to talk about the shooting at Uvalde. Hey, Evelyn, how are you?
What's up, Evelyn?
That was hard.
That was tough. That was tough. Like we starting off the show this way, and it's gonna. From here, folks, I'm here to tell y'all. This happened literally 20 minutes away from me, and I got a lot of detail and other things that happened. But that's rough. That's rough to see, and I'll tell you why it's rough to see. But I don't know how I'm gonna follow up with that one. What are we gonna do, man?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do? I mean, because it's a hard situation to talk about.
But we need to talk about it.
We definitely need to talk about it. So another school shooting.
Yeah.
And at some point it has to get old. I mean, this all goes back. You know, it goes back to Columbine. If you guys remember Columbine, many moons ago.
Yeah.
And that's where all this stuff started. Now, this young man, Salvador, who decided, and before we went live, Kevin, before we get out there, I'm sorry. Shout out to BS3, Ben Suttereth, and all the guys over there. Thank you guys for allowing us to be on here. Catch us at bw3tv.live.com. You better catch the show live. Okay, so it's like, what now? We just had the Buffalo thing. We just had the Buffalo shooting here, and now we got this. Now this young man Salvador. Now before we went live, me and Kevin was talking. We always go live. We have a pre-episode chat before we go live, and he was telling me that the reason because I didn't know this, I didn't know that the reason why this young man decided to show up to school was because he did not get a chance to graduate.
That was one of the reasons. Yeah.
He didn't get a chance
I
to graduate. But bro, who are you mad at? Did you was it because of grades? Did you flunk out? Did you? I mean, was there any story on that, Kev?
No, but the audacity of his mother, which I didn't even, I forgot. I'm glad you brought that up. And see, things that I wanted to say is starting to come up. It was one of the things I was telling you earlier before we jumped on. The audacity of his mom, and I have the clip. I should have sent it to you too.
Yeah, you should.
But the audacity of his mom saying, um, it's really gonna piss y'all off too. His mom said, "Please forgive him." Um,
Did she say please forgive him for what?
please, for,
Man,
please forgive him because that's not the kid that he is. That's not the kid. And I look back, and there's something else that was said on there too. It's very triggering when you see her say what she said.
yeah.
Uh,
That's triggering as hell. What the hell?
I mean, what? And come to find, and she was a drug addict, which is why he was living with his grandmother.
Oh wow.
So I mean, why? You want us to forgive him? Ooh man. Um, yeah. It's
That's a
it's.
motherhood thing, Evelyn. And I'm sure that there are mothers across the country that says and will do the same thing for their son. But
I don't know. I mean, there's a certain responsibility that comes along with what you say as well. Because if you look at the video, I would rather y'all find a video. Let me see. If I can find a video, I'll probably send it and maybe we can pull it up. Um,
mm.
but
so
it's
so Jen just sent me a screenshot. Um, and Mr. Ramos decided he legally bought two AR-15s just after his 18th birthday and appeared to grow angry and isolated as the fact that he failed to graduate high school, which it had to be. It's an academic thing. It's crazy. I don't
yeah.
understand it. But this is what I
Uh,
want to do though. There
hold
is
up, Evelyn Brown. That's it right there. That's what I was looking for. Lack of accountability. I don't know how many shows we have to have, and one day this can get out nationwide. Where one of our shows can start to wring some necks of people of the lack of
yeah,
accountability that we have nationwide is ridiculous.
yeah.
No one wants to take the responsibility of what they should be doing. Like they take it
So
as
see,
something like a reward or some sort. No, it's not a reward. It's something that you're supposed to do. And then to lack accountability goes right along with that. Thank you, Evelyn. God, I couldn't. Oh, yeah.
so what I want to this is what I want to do, y'all. I want to um, run through the timeline of that day's shooting. I'm gonna share my screen here one more time because I've been doing that all day. So let me see if I can pull this up here. Okay. So what you guys see here, let me make that bigger. This is from CNN. Okay. So it starts out 2 days before the end of the academic year. The students of Robb Elementary wore their Sunday's best for the Footloose. Hey, MSK, Footloose and fancy event, prelude to a long-awaited summer for the drive-in movies. These babies had just had their award ceremony that morning. Correct.
Mhm.
Okay. So a lot of the kids won awards, perfect attendance, things of that nature. Okay. 10-year-old fourth graders Xavier, Javier Lopez, and Alexandria Rubio received honor roll certificates and other awards. A bullied loner, Salvador Ramos, was home with his grandma in Uvalde, a small town in Texas, right near San Antonio, right by you, right, Kev? 20 minutes. How far is it away?
20 minutes away.
Crazy. Um, so this dude, the high school dropout, he dropped out. Who gifted himself two AR-15 style rifles and hundreds of rounds of ammunition he legally purchased for his 18th birthday 1 week earlier. Did this young man have a job? Did he have a job?
I don't know. That part I don't know.
Mm, okay.
But yeah. Go
As it
ahead.
as it goes, 11:33 a.m. Salvador entered the school unimpeded. Yeah, and for those of you who are listening and don't know what unimpeded means, That means he did not get touched. Nobody tried to engage him or nothing. 11:33, unimpeded, through a real door that a teacher had left open.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin was talking about that before we went live,
Yeah.
and he said the teacher she saw it. The door was locked. The teacher went out, unlocked it, and in her hysterics, left it open. Right?
So yeah, so what happened was from that timeline of when he shot his grandmother, stole his grandmother's truck, was driving it, crashed near the elementary school, and at the sound of the crash, the teacher went to that side door. All doors were locked. That side door, literally, um, she went to that side door, opened it, saw what happened. Her instincts kicked in, went to go get her not her phone to her cell phone to call 911. All meanwhile, left it unlocked because she had no clue. She had no clue. Now you got to understand now the this lady is gonna feel responsible for the deaths of these kids
I'm sure.
because of what she had. She had great intentions to report what happened
Mhm.
with no knowledge of knowing he was gonna do what he did.
Right.
So I feel so bad for this teacher, man, because it's we forget about the small things. To close the door, it's supposed to stay locked. You know, but yeah, she left it unlocked. He came in through that same door. There's a small clip. I saw a video of him coming in
Yeah,
around the building
I got it
and
somewhere.
entering that
It's in
door.
this article.
So it's just a horrible feeling just seeing that clip of him going in to do what he did. Um, and again, there's more of a timeline because 45 to an hour of him being in there after entering the building is when he decided to do what he did. And I can get y'all. He literally got on all fours and on his knees, eye level with the kids, and actually told them it's time to die. Now there's the daughter. There's one daughter. There's one of the kids that survived. The little girl that survived. She's 10 years old. I forgot her name. She survived, and she tells the story in a traumatic form and fashion. Like it breaks you, makes you want to cry. She's gonna forever be traumatized, have PTSD for
Yeah.
every reason in the book because of what she did. To survive. Her survivor. I got to give her parents so much props on here. I hope one day they see this. Um, they deserve their flowers for teaching their kid how. I don't. Maybe it was instinct because a 10-year old to cover herself with the bodies and the blood of her peers to survive. To survive. A 10-year old. We're talking about a 10-year old. All right. Um, she did that so she can live. But your own peers, like you put yourself in that 10-year old shoes for just a moment and just think what she had to do in order to get to where she is today, alive. I mean, I cannot fathom the horror that she's got to deal with the rest of her life for this. I mean, it's forever gonna live with her. Everything's gonna scare her. Everything. She's gonna have to go through probably a lifetime of counseling,
Yeah.
therapy, everything. It's really gonna suck for this young lady.
That gets into my next the paragraph in this timeline that I'm reading here. Okay, so, and Kevin just talking about this little girl. A father gathered the distraught parents outside the school, pleaded with the officers for gear so he can go in and confront the gunman himself. He was going to do it himself. He's like, if y'all going to sit out here for 45 minutes and not do nothing, guess what? Give me this stuff. I'll go in there myself and take care of it. An 11-year-old survivor, Kevin just talked about her, played dead after smearing herself with her friend's blood. Can you imagine that? Just listen to this. With her friend's blood, the gunman looked one teacher in the eye. One of those teachers. I'm not sure if it was Miss Ramos or if it was Miss Morales. Looked at her in the eye and said, "Good night," before he shoots her. Can you imagine? I can't even. I can't even begin. I can't. I don't even.
Right.
Good night before he shoots her. Now you see all the flowers and all that. Okay.
By the way, Biden is there right now, and I want to give Meghan Markle, the Duchess, their flowers
Mm-hmm.
for showing up. She made it her personal business to come down here. She didn't have any other reason to be here, but for her to come. Um, if I'm not mistaken, she's married to Prince Harry, or who's no longer the prince, but still.
Yeah.
Um, she came down here to put flowers at that site, and minutes prior to the husband of the one of the teachers who died protecting the kids, um, he died an hour and a half after him and Meghan Markle put flowers at the site. He died of a massive heart attack. You know, tragedy strikes again with the husband. They were married for 30 years. They were high school sweethearts, 4 kids, and he passed away of literally of what everyone's saying is a broken heart. Uh, there's really no other way to put this, man. It's the
Yeah.
I can't imagine what would happen if my wife passes away. Y'all might as well dig up my box and prepare it. I don't know what I'd do without Jen. I don't know what I married this one. We've been together for 8 years, and I don't see myself without her. The only thing that would keep me going is my kids,
Yeah. I feel that way.
and but he died of a broken heart.
Yeah.
Um, it's like the story never. There's no good of anything out of anything that happened. Like it just when it rains, it pours, and it got worse. You know.
You know what I'm thinking about? I'm reading this article as you're talking, and I am just like floored at the brashness of Salvador when he's talking to his friend over in Germany, texting, real text. He texted his friend at 11:06 and said, "I just shot my grandma in the head." Like that's a flex. I won't get that. And then in his final text to his new online friend at 11:21 local time, then early evening in Germany, I'm gonna go shoot up an elementary school. So this was all planned anywho. But I just don't understand. As you guys can see in this picture, this is the truck
Yeah, his
that he
grandmother's
stole from
truck.
his grandmother
Yeah.
and dragged into a ditch. Right? I just don't understand how he got in that school unimpeded. Nobody. But I was reading somewhere that it's a funeral home across the street. There was a couple of guys that saw him. He shot at them, and it didn't hit neither one of them, but shot him. And that's the only engagement that he had was with his funeral home guys. You know, and I'm going to myself, going, you know, how do you do that? Now he's going. Now let's get into the cops. The cops were there, standing outside as this dude is shooting up the school.
Hmm.
45 minutes they stood out there,
So we
and
got
nobody decided to go in.
we got about 100 cops outside. All right, one gunman, two ARs, and a sidearm. 100 cops. Not one cop shot this guy. It was a border patrol who had nothing to do with any of it. Broke protocol to save whatever kids that were not shot. There was a parent. There was a man that got pepper sprayed and arrested. And there's a story of that of the wife taking advantage of him getting arrested, going
Mm,
into the school, coming out with two of her kids. let, let, let,
yeah, a lot of
let's
cops.
rewind that again. Let's say that again. Take advantage of him being arrested and pepper sprayed and whatnot. Wife goes in, gets their two kids,
He died, Evelyn. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
gets those two kids, comes out with her two kids.
Yeah, I heard stories
A
about that. The
hundred
cops were
cops
going in.
now.
and getting their kids, leaving everybody
The
else.
now it again, 45 minutes to an hour. There is people that are saying, "Hey, give me your gear. I'll go in there myself." Some parents were already locked and loaded.
Yeah,
They were threatened not to go in. And for some, yes, I kind of get it. You go in, you become a hostage, or you become the person to get shot. But where is y'all? All right, y'all look at me for a second. Where's the tactics when cops are killing innocent people without any, without prejudice, without any warnings, without where is that those type of tactics? You hold up. Let me game plan before I kill innocent black kid, or for somebody for pulling them over for a traffic ticket or something like that. Where are those tactics? But yet here we go. If you want to wait and you're hearing gunfire and you don't want to go in, where where the hypocrisy? And is oh man.
it's
But it's gonna get deeper than this, people. If y'all think this is it, I promise you. Oh yeah, I had to get some shit off my chest in my
let
head.
me let me run the video from the text as you guys can see on the screen there. The Texas officials giving an update, and I
The
want you to see
sorry
how
ass excuse.
I want y'all to see how flustered this man got as
This
he was answering questions.
his sorry fucking excuse. Let's play that bean footage.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it. No, it's got to
Uh,
be a little commercial.
it's got to be a commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
11:27. We know from video evidence. 11:27. The exterior door suspected of where we knew the shooter entered. Ramos was propped open by a teacher. 11:28. The suspect vehicle crashes into the ditch, as previously described. The teacher runs to room 132 to retrieve a phone, and that same teacher walks back to the exit door, and door remains propped open. There were two males, as reported by Regional Director Escalon yesterday. There were two males at a funeral home. When he heard the crash, they went to the crash scene. When he arrived at the crash scene, before they got there, they saw a man with a gun exit the passenger side with a backpack, and he immediately began running. Ramos began shooting at him. Did not hit him. One of the males fell when he was running. Both males returned to the funeral home while they're running. And then again, we see through video, teacher reemerges inside the school in panic.
That's not the one I wanted to show. That one's too long. But where's the other one? Ah,
Which one? Where he's going into the
well,
school?
they're answering. They're asking him questions about
Oh,
why did Ariando didn't send his because he the chief in duty. The gun was in plain sight and nobody stopped. Right, Evelyn. The plain sight because you can't miss an AR-15. You can't miss it when you see that. You see an AR-15, you know exactly what it is, right? Um, so the commanding officer at the on the scene told this dude that it went from a active shooter situation to a um, barricaded situation, which was wrong.
absolutely.
The kid was still shooting the school up,
Mm-hmm.
and 45 minutes these cops sat outside. Nobody engaged nothing. These babies is gone. You know this, Kevin. I need you to go and get your stuff off your chest because I want to get into the whole Republican right wing and all that. So I need for you to get that off your chest, and because this is stupid. This is beyond crazy to me.
It's just, no, you said it right. It was stupid. It was fucking stupid, by the way. And I will not apologize for any language that I have today because it is, this hurts,
Although,
y'all. This hurts. This
yeah.
seriously fucking hurts. but like you said, as the kids were being shot, you still got, and there's videos also, Terry, of the excuses police were giving. We're waiting on tactics. We're waiting on SWAT, or we have we only have pistols compared to his AR.
Hmm.
You got 100 fucking police outside, and you're waiting for orders. You got 100 fucking police outside, and you're just and the shooting is going on. You're still standing by. Not even military will do that. They act on site.
Right.
Your tactics should automatically kick in. Where's your tactics when it comes to police brutality? Where's the tactics in? Oh, now you want to show some restraint on some bullshit?
Right.
Kids are getting killed, and you want to show restraint? Get the fuck. Anyway, um, so let me go.
Go ahead. Do you think?
Let me bring you into Kevin's world for a minute for last week's antics. Let's talk about it. Um, it was my birthday week, right? The shooting happened 2 days before my birthday. My birthday was on Thursday. Shout out to everybody that sent me happy birthday, and I promise you, I thank you. I'm on Facebook jail for the
Stay out of
antics that's
Facebook jail.
going
We
on.
can get you can get those.
Out of everything that went on, that's what happened. I was emotional. I did rant, and I got put in Facebook jail. So, um, yeah, they need to start recruiting weak ass people. Fucking right, yeah, that's first and foremost.
That's first and foremost. Yeah.
Um, but I can't think. Hold on, give me a second. I need this. All right, now I'm better. I'm better. So
Is that your thinking cap, sir?
that's one of them. I got a couple for my birthday.
Wow.
So, but real quick, man, first thing I want to start off with. First off, I want to tell y'all how disgusted I am with the U.S. And excuse me if I get a little emotional, but during the rant or talking about that I'm giving, uh, and it's only me and Terry, so I want to be precise and on point as possible of what I want to say. So here goes. Why is it that why is it that this kid that's not able to buy liquor or cigarettes, 18 years old, but can't buy liquor or cigarettes, that not only that's leading statistics, two leading statistics, by the way, of killing people. Yet he's able to go in and buy a gun, two ARs and a sidearm for his birthday, his 18th birthday, and go in and do what he's doing. Granted, no one knows his intentions on why he's buying the gun, but why is that? No one's questioning. No one's why. All of a sudden, he's 18. That's the first thing you want to buy. Normally, a kid when you're turning of age, you want to buy a car. You want to buy things that are a teenager should do. Guns is not one of them. Uh, let's continue. He bought this with intentions. It's just fucking despicable of how how people think nowadays for today's society. It's despicable, my guy. Is it second? Let's go to the second before I can go on and on about that for hours. Second, why is it that other countries why is it that other countries that you don't hear about this shit? You don't hear about shootings in public forums. I think the last one, and those other countries followed them. I forgot where it was. They went inside of a sanctuary, and it was a racial thing. And he went in and killed. I saw the whole video, by the way. He went in and killed many people inside the building with his ARs. They nipped it in the butt. But you don't hear that here. Why? Because the NRA. Oh, I'm about to get into the NRA's ass in a minute. Oh, y'all come follow me on this one, y'all.
Texas is different, Evan. Texas
yeah,
don't have that.
very, very different. Well, shit, I lost where I was. But you don't see those other countries where they're able to buy guns and things. They nipped it in the bud. They killed that shit. You know, they said, "Hell no, we're not dealing with that. We're not gonna have that. We're gonna make sure we control that situation." Here in the United States, you got states other like Texas. We're not the only one, but you can go in and buy a gun, no questions asked. I.e., fucking perfect example, the dumbass kid that went in and bought guns on his 18th fucking birthday. It's just tragic. Which leads me to my next deal. The third thing I'm very pissed off at, and something that we officially need to change. The Second Amendment needs to be amended. Yeah, I said it. I fucking said it. Second Amendment needs to be amended. Does anybody know what was the purpose of the Second Amendment or when it was written?
When was it?
The Second Amendment was written back in 1780 for specific fucking reasons. We are over 2 centuries of why that Second Amendment was written for. We don't need that fucking amendment no more. Amend it. Change it. Get rid of it if you need to. But people are using that for a damn excuse to walk up and down the street with the fucking AR and cause a scene, cause problems, cause issues. Why? Just because they can. There's hundreds of videos of people doing this shit. Hundreds. Just to stir up fucking problems. These are the motherfuckers that you should be looking at as to they may be wanting to shoot somebody in the future just because. Why do you need rifles, assault rifles, just to prove a point that you can use the Second Amendment? If you don't sit your narrow ass, but
It's passionate, I see.
It's fucking it's disgusting. I'm telling you, this all is very disgusting to have. It's they do this so that people can be very uncomfortable, and for what reason, what purpose? You want to prove to the police that you can carry a rifle? Your Second Amendment says that. Why do you need to prove it? And then when you get shot, don't say nothing. I don't want to hear shit from you. You kind of deserve to get shot. I'm sorry. I said it. You deserve it.
Wow. You got it coming. You had it coming.
Exactly. There's no reason for this.
Yeah.
You know, and again, you don't hear other countries where grocery stores are being shot up, churches, clubs, now schools. We send our schools for kids to get killed now. You would have thought the Columbine would have taught us a lesson. You would have thought, what was the other one over there in the East Coast?
Parkland.
Before that. This like 12 years ago. Sandy Hook. You would have thought Sandy Hook would have been a prime example at the least. In ones before that would be to where we can control, we can get some type of reform, something. Let's nip it in the bud, as I've been saying. Yet we're here today. Mm-hmm. Here's a statistic. And I forgot the specific number, but tell me why. There's a higher rating percentage over cancer. Kids being killed in schools, a higher rating. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't cancer. It was 2 car crashes, and there was something else. But kids getting shot up in schools have a higher rating, higher percentage to have done than car crashes, and that's been over the last 13 years. I couldn't find it. I saw it. It was on TV. I tried to take a picture of it, but it went off because, of course, they showed that statistics that day that the shooting happened last week. Let that ring a bell, people. That's how pathetic we are in the United States. We're a laughing stock. We got people on social media laughing at us from other countries. Ghana. Well, people in Africa are laughing at us.
Like they don't like us anyway.
They don't like us anyway. But I mean, we're giving reasons as to why they're laughing at us.
Right.
and this is why I say we're laughing stock. We're pathetic at this point. Um, I'm on three. Let's go to four. Because um I had other stuff I wanted to say about that, but I want to go. Let's go to four. Um, you, the NRA, full of shit, and you're only about money. You don't care about no one. These kids that were murdered, brutally murdered and killed. You don't give a shit about them. You care about your money. You're still getting rich. Their percentage of money of funds shot up 18% in the last week. That's the highest in 8 months that it's been. And you have the nerve to have an NRA convention here in Houston in a couple of weeks regarding that? Fuck you. Uh I said it. Fuck you. Because that's what you're saying. That's initially that's what you're telling us as citizens that are not involved with the NRA that our kids can get killed. Your money is more important than our kids. You're already millionaires, by the way. You're already millionaires. People that got stock involved, you already got money and got more money coming in because your stock is raising as we speak. But that's what you're telling us and our kids. Now, I not only that on my birthday, Thursday, 2 days after the shooting, my two kids were involved. And this is another reason why I'm emotional right now. My son, Dion Peoples, my daughter, Destiny Marie Peoples, I'm sorry, my love. You watching this? Yes, I said your full name. Choke me later. High school students of Bel Air, in El Paso, Bel Air High School. And Terry, you saw the text messages.
Yep.
My daughter was having an anxiety attack because Bel Air High School. You can look it up in the news too because they went national in news. 2 days after, a gunman decides to go on campus shooting, um, after shooting at Applebee's, which is a block and a half. I don't know if he killed somebody. I didn't get in that. Because I didn't care about that. I was more worried about my kids. Um, and it just boils me to the point to where I have to deal with this, not only here in San Antonio, not only here. My kids in El Paso, 8 hours away. I had to deal with that over there too. This literally tells you nobody's kids are safe at a school. No one. If it happened to me twice in a week, I can only imagine some of these parents, their anxiety when they send their kids off. They're no longer worried about their kids, what their kids are going to learn. They're worried about if their kid is going to survive school. Terry,
Yes, sir.
tell me what's your biggest fear for your kid?
Oh man, that's 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 a loaded question.
Yeah.
Let me see. That's a lot to unpack there. For my kid, I mean, well, any parent, if they have children, you're you send your kids, like, for example, like Zariah, who's
Mm-hmm.
my middle child. I dropped Zariah off every day at school. Well, I did. Now it's summertime, and I used to say a prayer for her as she got out the car every day, um, because I don't want to get a phone call. That's my biggest fear is getting that phone call. That's the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing, is worrying about, is she not going to come home? Let me. That's why I have cameras and things around my house, because I'm like, if something is out of sorts, I'm gonna get worried. I'm a worry wart by nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, my biggest fear is getting a phone call, and it's really scary now that, with Terry Jr. and he's getting into, he'll be um, starting kindergarten in another year or so. How do I know some crazed gunman ain't gonna go in and shoot up my baby. Let me tell you something, dog. Ain't gonna be a cop walking that's gonna be able to stop me from going in there. You feel me? But and it brings the whole the right wing thing and with the NRA and people hollering about guns and these pro life folks and it's annoying. You hollering pro life
Oh,
and I'm
let's
pro
talk
life.
about it.
I'm pro life,
Mm.
and you want to ban abortion, right? But you can't protect the children that are alive. You know what I'm saying? You can't. I watched Sink Uger, Uger. I forgot how to pronounce the name, but Sink. He's the guy that runs the Young Turks, and he did a video, and he said, "You better not ever. I dare you say it's you're pro life when you won't protect babies, but you want to tell women they gotta have babies that they don't want or need or whatever. Don't do that.
No, don't do it.
You guys, these right wing folks, shot down an idea when they had a baby formula shortage. That's how you know, Kevin. Like you said a little while ago, they don't give a damn about these kids, man.
They don't.
They don't give two shits about these kids. They had a baby formula shortage. Them jokers cut up their nose to spite their face and would not help none of these mothers who needed formula.
It's about their funds.
You got to be kidding me.
It's about their. There's no other way to say it. Actually, it's literally about their money. This is how greedy these punk asses are.
Capitalism really is it's gonna take out this country. You can't protect you. Listen, I don't know what the solution is, right? I don't know. But what I do know is that something has to change. Something has to change. Legislation, reform, something has to change.
Which is that's my number 5. But before I get into any of that, and see, I love what you say. Every bit of everything that you said. There's so much truth behind that. But we live in a reality. We live in a state of mind that we want change, but the people that's supposed to be looking out for us don't give a shit. They live their lives. They're able to wake up every day and not worry. We have to worry as the citizens that voted your asses in the seats. So and before I get into what my wife said here, I want to go over that text that Terry initially just said. This is coming from my daughter who texted me 2 hours ago because I told her Biden is in town right now. Biden's actually visiting families right now. He just left the site of Uvalde, the elementary school, and he's visiting the families of the kids that passed away. My daughter, quote unquote, it would be useful if they could pay attention to the fact that there shouldn't be school shootings instead of making abortion illegal.
Mm.
This is my 16-year-old daughter, and I kid you not, my daughter, she's different. She definitely thinks she's very smart,
definitely
intellectual.
Yeah.
Oh, she built different. Oh,
yeah.
y'all think I'm loose.
Yeah.
I have a loose cannon, but she is very, very smart when it comes to things like this. And this, I've noticed this when she was 12 and 13. I started to, and then it only gets better because my son was thinking at this level at 10. So it's something I'm doing right, or it's in my blood, or it's in their blood mixture, or something. Something's
Right.
going on.
It's in the
The
DNA.
the wheels are turning.
Yeah.
The wheels are turning, and I love it. And they're I'm not here to say that they're woke. I'm here to tell you that they if we can get
They definitely do.
if we can get our kids on all kids on the same mind path, man, their future is bright. Now on to what my wife said here a few minutes ago. That same day on Thursday, on the day of my birthday, we got a phone call during school hours, like she said, and we were scared. We was like, oh hell no, Not another. Not another. Is this a thing? Is this a I don't know if I didn't know if it was a trick or I was dreaming or what the, because my son Matthew, who's here in San Antonio, we got a call from his school right away, and I was like, oh fuck, I don't even want to answer, because just like Terry said, the worst thing you want is to get a phone call, your kids being in some sort of situation, alive or dead. When um we got that call, I was scared. I was scared. Just, and like she said, just seeing the school name pop up on the phone,
You already know.
you was like, oh shit. You're preparing for the worst. You're not preparing to hear your kid is missing school. You're not preparing to hear, oh, we need him to stay after school, or he got detention, or he got in trouble. No, you're preparing to hear the worst of the worst, and it's so frustrating, Terry. It's so
It
frustrating.
is.
It's scary. It's frustrating, and
That's tough, man. I
it's
don't even know how y'all
it's
did it.
and let me tell you, I was on pins and needles because I had to deal with this twice in a couple of days. A couple of
Yeah.
days. I had to deal with my daughter and my son. My daughter was hidden in the storage of her school, texting me. And you saw the text. You saw how emotional I got too.
Mhm.
Like, have to I'm having to be calm for my daughter. I have to help her breathe because she's every bit of her mom. She gets that, and she gets in it. She caught that anxiety. I had to calm her down. Not only that, I'm texting my son, his best friend Elias. I was worried about him because we consider him our son too. Um, and his friends, Adam, DJ, all of them, because they're like a brotherhood, and these are really great kids. None of them deserve to be tortured like this. None of them. Um, so yeah, it was. I had a hell of a birthday, to say the least. Emotionally, by the way, not physically, just emotionally. I was emotionally
Yeah.
drained. I was done. I was completely done. I didn't give a shit about my birthday. I was
Yeah.
worried about my kids. I was worried about everybody's safety.
Yeah.
And it
Evelyn
is. Go ahead.
Evelyn brings up a good point, and I want to get into that because we got like 13 minutes before we have to get out of here. But that's and that's my question. You know, now that we're here and we've gone through this a couple times, what's next? What do we do as parents? Do we homeschool our kids, like Evelyn said? Do we arm teachers? What do we do? Do we install? Hey, here's the thing, and this one of the things I was reading about before we went live is that there's technology. They can get cameras. They can get some kind of a security system, something. And I don't want to hear nobody say, well, they don't have the funds for it. They don't have the budgeting for it. The hell you don't. If you can
Mm.
build $50 million football stadiums, you can put something in your school to protect your babies. I don't understand. So what's next though? Do we homeschool our babies? Do we?
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we
because
homeschool?
we
We pull them
let's
out and
get
homeschool?
let's get salty first. Let's get very salty first. I want to, first of all, the fifth thing I wanted to go through real quick. I want to get rid of fucking Governor Abbott, Senator Cruz. I need
They
y'all out
gotta
of
vote
fucking
them.
office.
That's the
I need
people.
y'all.
They
I
gotta
need
vote them out.
y'all out of office. They literally turned down the voting for the NRA. I mean, for gun control early March, which could have helped control the fucking situation that just happened last week. It would have helped. I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
say it would have done the job, but it would have helped. Anything helps at this fucking moment. Anything, please. Anything. This would have helped up north in Buffalo. This would have helped in Chicago. This would have helped. All right. Yeah, they can get guns illegally, but it helps people. It fucking helps. And for them to have a NRA gun convention here in Houston in the next few, it's mind boggling. But first, let's get into that question. Let's answer that damn question right quick because, like you said, we got a little bit of time. First, let's get this gun control let's get this under control now. Let's get this law going. Let's get it. I don't want to care about I don't care about your political background, whether you're left or you're right, Democrat, in between, or Republican. I don't care. I do not care about that. That should not. This has become more of a uh it's a challenge now. Just because you're a Republican don't mean you're better than me. Just because you're a Democrat don't mean you're better than me. No one's better than anyone when it comes to this. The democracy, I mean the politicians have made this into a damn race. Who's better than what?
Mm.
It does not fucking matter. Our they're there in the seats to help us as citizens. That's what the politicians are there for, people. It doesn't fucking matter what side of the track you're on. I don't care. I really don't. Should be caring about our kids, their safety. Now you want to say you want to put a gun in a teacher's hands? No.
Mm-hmm.
My brother and I have a few other friends that are teachers. They say hell no. Why would you want to put a gun in someone's hand that's underpaid, overworked, overstressed, and then needs more training? You, let's rebuttal that. Let's put that into perspective. We don't get laws without ideas. We don't get anywhere. We don't get any progress from anything without any ideas. If you don't have ideas of what to do, you don't get anywhere. You're stuck. You're stuck at ground zero. Writer's block. If they don't have anything to say or anything to write, they don't have any ideas. Well, let's get into it. Here's a couple ideas. I've been thinking about this for 3 to 4 years, like I told Terry earlier. We have a lot of military people without jobs, retired military, that would love a job right about now. I have Victoria, it's a close friend of ours. Um, Terry, you know her,
Mm-hmm.
who's constantly looking for. She works for the VA, constantly looking for jobs for the military. Well, we got tons of schools and tons of public places that if you put them through a psych evaluation monthly, you put them through some training instead of cops, this could be a win-win situation for everybody involved. Their safety, they are they're uh what is it? They're trained with weapons already. They're trained in tactics. They can and let's just put it out there. They're more respected than cops are. Especially in this time of need, they are respected. They're well more respected than anyone else, than any cop out there. You put a military person next to a cop, what do you get? They'll go to that cop. They'll rather have a conversation with the military person than the cop because they're not trusted. Military. You put military out there. What did she say after that? Since this is a mental
Oh,
health
health
generation.
generation. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and it exactly. But if we're able to get, let's see, I saw something else because yeah, that's true. That's very true, Evelyn. But back to what I was saying, like, if we're able to get some military in there, I'm telling you, this could be a win-win situation. And I'm not saying this is the right way to go. This is just an option. This is an idea. We put ideas out there, and we can get something done. I want this done on top of gun control. This should be top priority on top of gun control right now.
Okay.
Because again, if we do this, there's schools across seas right now. Germany being one, schools in Africa, there's schools in Australia because there was a shooting in Australia 15 years ago and they started putting military personnel into their schools. Do you hear about that shit now? Do you hear about anybody trying to go? No. No. Because why? They made sure on every level, not only are we going to have gun control, we're going to make sure we have safety.
Okay.
Safety should be top priority. We should not be worrying whether we're in a damn church or we're at in a grocery store trying to buy food to provide for our families so we can eat. on what we're gonna do. Whether we're gonna survive coming out of a damn grocery store trying to pay for our food.
But Kevin, my homie Kevin, you forgot one thing though.
What's up?
This country ain't built like that.
No, we ain't, because we're known as one of the dumbest fucking countries on the
We
planet
are-
right now.
We are not built, not even close.
No,
They
because
would,
people don't want to think. This is not fucking rocket science when it comes to putting shit in motion.
the people that are in power, they don't know, they won't understand on something until something like that hits home. So as long as it don't hit home, they fine.
Oh
As
yeah.
long as they keep the money flowing, I'm fine. They fine. They don't care.
As long as they check. Let me check my bank. Let me check my bank account right now and see if I got another extra couple of $100 million up in my bank account right now on their phone. That's all they're gonna do. That's all they're gonna do. Let me look at my statistics and look at my my stock going up. Did it go up? Did it go down? That's all they're worried about.
Yeah.
They're worried about theirs.
Yeah. Evelyn busting them in the head over here. She said, if you serving the military for 4 years, then you're entitled to pension that hasn't been passed out. So vets are struggling, and that is very true. There's a lot of vets on the street and
Exactly.
sleeping behind convenience stores and things of that nature, but you don't want to help them though. Yeah, right. And then so just give them local jobs, boost the economy and the safety. There has to be something that we can incorporate, but there's so many people. The right wingers, they'll tell you right quick. They want to take our guns. They're coming for our guns. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up.
What I said
all the way
was
up.
what I said was not it's not. I'm not saying that's the exact way to do it, but it's a fucking effect. It's an effective option. Effective option. It's an example of what we can do to get better as a society. Yet we still want to be stuck and just let the NRA just say, oh well, this is literally what the NRA is saying. Oh well, this is what Governor Abbott is saying because he supports that shit.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz.
Yeah, Ted Cruz is an idiot, but we don't have enough time to talk about Ted Cruz. But I saw there was a video, and the reporter was asking him about the school shooting. He was like, "Oh, this is a sad time, and we should pray for the families and all that jazz. Thoughts and prayers.
Which as if we're not already doing that.
What thoughts and prayers ain't saving this. Thoughts and prayers aren't changing this. You know what I'm saying? You, that motherfucker, that's voting to ban abortion.
Preach.
You, the dude that said no to formula for these mothers. You the one that took off when they had a winter storm last year. Was it last year?
Yeah. When we
had
this
motherfucker was to Cancun
storm and took off to Cancun. He was the same motherfucker that did the same thing and said no to gun reform early March. Let's just throw it out there. Let's put that back out there.
Who are they afraid of, though? That's the question, Evelyn. And I totally agree with Evelyn when she said all you politicians are cowards. Who are they afraid of, though? Your job is to protect and listen to the people that voted you in. What are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of? Please tell me.
Evelyn, preach it. Who, Evelyn? Give it to me.
I don't understand. Your job, you've been voted in by the people of your peers that have voted you in. But you can't tell me that anybody is afraid of Mitch McConnell with his turkey gooseneck. I know y'all can't be scared of Abbott. I know your guys are afraid of Trump. Trump ain't been in office, and what are you afraid? You know what? Let me tell you something. Something they're scared of not being endorsed and walking back to broke. Man, if they don't quit that, you got enough money. If you did your money right, you won't be broke.
Oh yes. Jen, my wife just brought it up. There's a video where Beto O'Rourke went. Oh,
they better not get him in office.
Went at his neck.
Yeah, Governor, I'm telling you, Beto O'Rourke. I hope he wins his primary because that's
if this is not an excuse for fucking people to vote, get your asses out there to vote. But I really don't care about who you vote for. What I care about is that we are smart on who we're voting in these fucking office, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat. We need our safety as number one, as the number one thing to be voted in for. Yeah. That's what we fucking need.
Yeah,
I'm done.
we
I'm
we
fucking done.
we have to turn these red states blue. We
I,
have
I,
to.
would- I, would- I would prefer that. I would
We
definitely prefer,
have to.
but again, I want safety. Now, if there's a Republican that wants our safety and is about the people, so be it. Be a Republican, be a red state, but get the fucking job done.
Yeah.
Don't just be there because I'm gonna say this. Obama did make change after that shooting. What was that? Where we said it earlier.
Parkland.
12 years. No, not that one. The other one.
Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook. He made a change. He made a path, but no one really did anything about it. He made a change, and I forgot what the law was, but he made a change. No one really did anything about it. Gun reform. But now we voted to have it pretty much abolished here in Texas, as if we're on our own fucking country, and we're at the state of mind where we're at right now. We're all fucking traumatized about this right now.
It's absolutely crazy.
Y'all gotta. Yeah, I hope y'all felt throughout this whole show. I hope y'all felt, and I brought to y'all some type of not only knowledge, but pain and the struggle that our community is having right now. Because I'm one of thousands right now having to go through this, and I'm not even the family. One of the kids that passed away that was killed, I coached against, which is why I broke down in tears the other day, the day that it happened. I coached against this kid in Little League baseball. His last name is Reyes. I coached against him. His uncle, I'm very fond of as well. But I hope we brought something to y'all. I hope today's show did something for y'all. I really do. I really do.
In closing, you guys, for real, like, if you're not part of the solution, be a part of the solution.
Somehow, some way.
Be a part of the solution.
I don't give a damn.
Let's save our babies, because next time it could be one of yours.
And it could be even worse.
Exactly. So we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. If you did not share the broadcast, please do. I think I'll try to rebroadcast it on my page one day this week. But you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate y'all. And until next week, man, y'all be blessed.